This has really been such a fun and rewarding little collage series that I decided to do. I ended up with quite a few really nice images, photographs of some dried botanicals that I took at the end of last fall, and I am just really happy with how these came out. So here are all of these complete. Now I did go ahead and do some spatter and finishing touches, as you just saw, but this one right here, I just love how it came out, and the only thing I did to this one extra was add my signature. I wanted to leave this one completely the way it is, and this is my absolute favorite of this series. I have two top favorites. This is the first one. This one was a lot of fun. I used some of my eco-dyed, grunged up eco-dyed papers in this piece here, and I really like how it came out. I like all the addition of the butterflies in this little series too. I had fun adding them. That's not something I normally do, but I think that they fit in really beautifully with this little series here. And this one here is my second favorite. So it was looking quite plain. The plain spaces were very plain. So I went ahead and added some text stamping. And then this, I like this, I want to play some more with this idea of doing more collage work with images that look like they're on the instant camera pictures, you know what I'm saying. I think that look came out pretty cool on this one, and this is the only one that I did that with. So I do want to play with that idea a little bit more in the future. I also did, these were some jelly prints that I topped off with some paint pens, and I like the addition of those in this piece too. It just kind of, I don't know, it does takes it to a different level, I guess. It really adds some contrast to it, and I like that. So there's that one, second favorite. This is absolutely my third favorite. Those three are the top for me. This photograph, I got so lucky taking this photograph right here. It just looks like this little plant turned into such a magical little cup of light. So that's what I see when I look at it anyway. And I love the little tiny bit of mark making I did on this little chunk of hand painted paper here, and then the turquoise jelly print. I think that really adds a very nice element to this. I had ran out of this. I used this on two pieces in this series, and I ran out. I would have liked to have added a little bit more of it somewhere over here, but I just didn't have it to add. So there's that one. And then this one, I went ahead and added some of this honeycomb stamping to, and I overdid it. I feel like I overdid it. It's still a beautiful piece, and of course we're our own harshest critics, but I think I like this a little bit more with how it looked before, but it's okay. It's perfectly fine. This is another beautiful piece. I love this image, and the dragonfly really adds a lot to it. So, you know, it's a matter of playing around and just seeing what you love, and collage is the perfect playground for that. It really helps you to zero in on your style and your taste. Here's another one with all different kinds of wild torn papers in it. Lots of different things going on in this one, and then this beautiful pop of that bright pink color. And you know, I had just recently said in another video that I really don't like neon pink, and the thing is it's not that I dislike any particular color. I just think some colors take care to be done well You know what I mean? Like, red is a big challenge color for me. And I love the color red, but I don't like it because I'm afraid of it, because I don't always go the right direction with red. So it's a bit of a challenge for me. And this bright pink in the right place, I think any color is beautiful. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit here, because I think that this little piece really came out nice. Now, this one is a tiny bit bowed, and of course I did all of mine on cardstock paper, and so they need to be set underneath some weight for a couple weeks just to really flatten out, or I could iron them real quick as well. That's another option. So here's another one of those images with that same plant, and this photograph is successful too, but that other one was just the magical moment. It ended up being just such perfect timing. And I love that about photography, because you can go out, and if you go out and with the idea that you're going to be successful, you end up getting amazing shots. It's really, I set myself up in my mind before I really do most things, and sometimes I forget to do that, and sometimes I start off in not the right mood and things don't come out the way I want them to. But if I take that little moment to tell myself, hey, this is going to come out beautifully, or hey, that's going to work out really great, then for some magic reason, it just tends to work. So here's that other bit of that turquoise paper that I had used in the other one, and I love how it came out in this one too. It's just such a pretty little pop of color. Yeah, collage is such an adventure in discovery. It is such a magical journey. Every single collage that you create has the power to take you in a direction that you maybe not have gone before, or maybe a direction that you've gone before, but that there's still so much more to discover on that direction, on that path. So, I mean, there are so many magical things that await us when we say yes to doing collage artwork. So I really felt like this one needed a butterfly, and I found this one in my little pile of fussy cut butterflies. And I love the coloring that goes along. I think it just blends perfectly with the photograph. And then this is another little lucky thing that happened. I got this tiny little bit of a leaf print inside this jelly print when I was messing around doing the video on leaf prints on the jelly plate. I've done quite a few of those videos, so if you haven't watched them, be sure and check out some of the stuff on my channel. I've got all kinds of different goodies on here. So now this one, I thought it was my biggest challenge piece of this series. It gave me the hardest time of all, and I ended up really not very happy with this squared off edge. I'm not all that thrilled with it, but it's done, and I'm not going to change it. It's signed, it's complete. This butterfly is quite big. I think maybe even a little too big, but then again, you know, sometimes I'm just a little bit too picky. I overthink things too much sometimes. And when I stepped away from this after I finished it and looked at it again after, I liked it so much more. So we really do. It pays a lot to step away from your work, especially if you're working on a piece and it's not going the way you want it to. Take a break. Just walk away for 5 or 10 minutes and come back with fresh eyes. And I swear, every time I do that, I come back with fresh ideas, and I'm able to go in a more productive, happy, beautiful, magical direction when I give myself the chance to just step away. And then last but not least in this series is this one. And I really fell in love with this photograph of this gnarled up old, what remnants of a dandelion, what was left of this dandelion on the little trail that I was on taking these pictures. And I love the way this piece came out. In this video, I really showed my process of how I, lay things out and make decisions. And sometimes I don't think you guys want to see that, but I did have a couple comments where a couple of you said, hey, I really love to see the process. So if you like that kind of video where, sometimes I think I have to have everything together and so tight and precise, and I think I'm making a mistake doing that at times. So if you like more of a process style video where I show you how I make the decisions I make, I am so happy to do more of that. I am definitely going to do some more collage series coming up, and I keep having this really strong magnetizing pull, actually, to do art books. So we're going to be messing around with some art books too, and all kinds of other stuff. We've got the mark making series going now, and just fun little things that I like to throw in the mix to keep it interesting. So thank you so much for joining me on this little journey of this collaging with dried botanical photographs. And if this isn't up your alley, these images, I still really hope you go out and take some photographs of a topic that really interests and excites you, and do some collage work with your photographs. I can't tell you how much joy this little project brought me. That words cannot describe the fun that I had. Fun is just such a blah. I use that word all the time for lack of a better word, but this was, if I had to pick one word to describe this process of going through this, it was enchanting. That is the word that I would choose. So I really hope that you give yourself this opportunity to do this. These kinds of things, this is what my bucket list looks like. It's like, do this art project, do that art project. I don't want to jump out of a plane. No, thank you. I want to do different things artistically that some really excite me and some scare the bejesus out of me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we just keep growing and expanding and saying yes to these ideas that we have. And before you know it, we look back and we have all these wonderful memories. So take this journey for yourself, and please show me on Instagram what you're up to. You can tag me, Corey's Art Cafe, and I'd love for you to follow me on Instagram. And I also have a Facebook page, Corey's Art Cafe. Love to have you join me over there too. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.